Hey everyone, it's your boy Pee Wee back with another video. Now today I have another new Manhwa video for you. This one is called "A Dragon Lives in Kunlun." It's our main character. From the description, it says he's a disciple of the Kunlun sect, which was once a rumored legendary sect. However, it's basically a fallen sect now, and he basically has to rebuild it. Um, his fellow disciples are beggars, bandits, swindlers, and thieves. Is this really an orthodox sect? Just from reading this description, it seems like it'll be kind of like a sect builder type of comic. But what I found interesting was the start of the comic. Our main character is originally a beggar, as you can see here. He's basically just eating stuff off the street. The neighborhood kids are basically bullying him for eating like a dog. He goes around trying to steal, food and able to eat. He catches the eye of this martial artist here who basically, watches him as he's taking a beating and like can sense like ki coming from him. And so basically what the old man does, he basically leaves a trap for him because our main character has like this obsession with like eating, which is like reinforced by basically saying he's like uh let's see, he's like, before I die I want to eat until I'm stuffed. And it's like because he has this like just like this insatiable hunger, it seems. But anyways, he lays a trap for him, and he's basically starts talking to the kid. He's like, "What's with this obsession with eating?" He notices that our main character has a physique where basically his energy center is open, and he's just constantly pulling in ki. And he tells him, 5 years 5 years from now, if you're left as you are, you will die. And that's when our main character is like, I don't want to die. And so, he says, I want to eat until I'm stuffed. And so the old man's like, you know what? If you want to live, follow me. And so our main character follows him. And to start his training, the old man basically kicks him off the cliff. Just kicks him straight off the cliff. And our main character just has to endure that, has to find his will to survive. And so he like gets basically stops himself from falling and dying essentially. And the old man's like, you know what? If you were fated to die, you would have just died. So climb back up. And so he climbs back up, and then over time, he goes through like a bunch of rigorous training where the old man's constantly basically beating him up. Um, he's because he said that the only way to like release this energy that's pulling inside of you is to get hit, move around a lot. And the old man's like, you know what? This is what you need to do if you want to live. And so by the end of the first chapter, we have this bear here, and it's been some years because he's no longer a little kid, and he basically just okos the bear. And the old man's like, you become somewhat useful. And so he's like, you know what, just keep teaching me, old man. And like, just from the time lapse in the first chapter where our main character is a small little boy to a grown man pretty much, and he's seemingly strong. I am looking forward to seeing where this comic goes because it seems to be a strong main character. It seems by the description that it's going to be like some sort of sect builder type of comic, which I really like those sect builder type of comics. Or basically a main character that builds his like own force up. I don't know why. It's always interesting to me to read those types of comics. But I do have I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. As you can see, the art style isn't anything like too grandiose or special or anything like that. But I mean, it's fine. I think it's all right. I'm mainly here for the plot because, as I said, it seems to be a sect builder with a strong main character. And I'm looking forward to seeing what his interactions with these future fellow disciples of his and how he goes about rebuilding this sect and whether he becomes like an impromptu leader of it and whatnot. And see if he can finally eat until he's stuffed because he has this like major obsession with eating. Because he just says he's like, I've never been full, and he just says he's never been full in his life, so he wants to be full at one point. But yeah, that's pretty much what this comic's about, what it seems to be about, what it looks like. Leave a like, leave a sub. I hope to continue growing this channel, seeing where you guys in the future. Constantly making these videos for you guys because I really do love reading these comics and I really do love sharing in my love with these comics with other people. So, you know, if you want to be part of a community that just loves talking about comics, you know, join up and like subscribe and keep coming back. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.